Welcome to On This Day, where we look back at the moments that made history, one day at a time. From major world events to the weird and unexpected, every date has a story. So, what happened on 21st of July? Let's find out. July 21st is one of those fascinating dates where the world seemed to flip the page. It's been a day of moon landings, courtroom drama, royal transitions, and cultural milestones that helped shape how we think, move, speak, and even how we play. From outer space to political shakeups and a few head-turning surprises, this day brings a wide spectrum of history. Let's start high above the Earth, in fact, on the moon. On July 21st, 1969, Neil Armstrong became the first person to walk on the lunar surface. Technically, it happened just after midnight UTC, making it the 21st in many parts of the world. Buzz Aldrin joined him shortly after. As Armstrong took that legendary first step, he uttered the now famous words, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." Humanity had truly left its mark among the stars. Jumping to 1925, a Tennessee courtroom saw one of the most famous trials in American history, the Scopes monkey trial. John T. Scopes was found guilty of teaching evolution in violation of state law. The trial wasn't just about biology, it was about science versus religion, modernism versus tradition. The verdict was guilty, but the national conversation it sparked still echoes nearly a century later. In 2011, NASA's Space Shuttle Atlantis returned to Earth for the final time, ending the 30-year shuttle program. It marked the end of an era for American spaceflight, an era that brought us Hubble, the International Space Station, and generations of astronauts with stories that still inspire. Back in 1983, the world's lowest recorded temperature at ground level was measured in Antarctica at a staggering minus 128.6 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 89.2 Celsius. It happened at the Soviet Vostok station, and yes, that's colder than dry ice. It's the kind of cold that makes your eyelashes freeze and then shatter. July 21st, 2007 gave the world the seventh and final Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Fans waited in massive lines at midnight bookstores to get their hands on it. Within 24 hours, it sold over 11 million copies. It was the end of an era for millions of readers, but also the beginning of a reread cycle that hasn't stopped since. In 1944, World War II took another dramatic turn as U.S. forces landed on Guam, beginning the Battle of Guam. The island had been under Japanese control since 1941, and the fierce fighting to reclaim it lasted nearly 3 weeks. The victory helped push Allied forces one step closer to Japan's mainland. Back in 356 BC, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world was destroyed. The Temple of Artemis in Ephesus was set on fire by a man named Herostratus, who wanted to become famous. His plan worked a little too well because here we are still talking about it. The temple was later rebuilt, but the original was never forgotten. Love. Discovering what happened on this day in history? Hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. In 1798, Napoleon's army won the Battle of the Pyramids in Egypt. It wasn't actually fought near the pyramids, but close enough for a catchy name. The French forces defeated the Mamluks, solidifying Napoleon's power in the region. It also introduced Europe to ancient Egyptian culture in a big way. fueling an obsession that lasted for decades. On a royal note in 1831, Leopold I was sworn in as the first King of Belgium. His coronation marked the beginning of modern Belgian independence after the country separated from the Netherlands. Leopold's reign would set the foundation for the Belgian monarchy, a dynasty that continues today. In 2017, singer and icon Chester Bennington of Linkin Park tragically passed away. Known for his powerful vocals and emotional honesty, his music touched millions. Songs like In the End and Numb became anthems for a generation. His passing highlighted the importance of mental health and started a global conversation around depression and grief. Back in 1899, Ernest Hemingway was born. The Nobel Prize-winning author gave us classics like The Old Man and the Sea and A Farewell to Arms, all written in that famously blunt, powerful style. His life was adventurous and complicated, just like his characters. In 1970, the Aswan High Dam in Egypt was completed. This massive engineering project helped control the Nile River's flooding and generated hydroelectric power, transforming agriculture and life in the region. But it also had environmental consequences, proving that even the best intentions can come with trade-offs. On this day in 1980, Australia became the first country to make seatbelt use mandatory nationwide. It may not sound like a big deal, but it set the standard for road safety laws worldwide and saved countless lives in the process. And finally, in 1960, Sirimavo Bandaranaike of Ceylon, now Sri Lanka, became the world's first female prime minister. Her election shattered political barriers and redefined leadership possibilities for women, in a time when few had held such power. That's what happened on 21st of July throughout history. Made it this far? Drop your favorite historical fact in the comments. Learned something new? Hit subscribe and come back tomorrow. You never know what the past has in store.